everyone, it's Destiny here with Houston Rock TV. I'm here hanging out with Johnny from Nothing More. How are you?
Good.
Cool.
Good. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, no problem. So okay, let's talk about your recent release album. It's self-titled Nothing More, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay, so what makes this album different from the last albums that you have created?
Well, this is the first record that we had our drummer Paul on. And he's kind of the final member of the band that we've been searching for years. It's the second record that I've done vocals on. I was the drummer in the band for years before then.
Okay.
So it's really the first record that we all felt really had come to maturity in as musicians and as artists. So we made it self-titled because it's basically encompasses everything that we think Nothing More is.
Okay. Now, whenever you guys are writing your lyrics, what is the inspiration that helps you guys write?
Every song is different. So it really is a song-to-song kind of a question, but you know, each one of them is inspired by a life experience. So we really source from real events more than hypothetical events.
Okay, so what else do you guys, do the fans have to look forward to for 2015?
Well, we're doing our first world tour this year, so we're going to be in Japan and Australia and Europe and the UK, and then we're coming back after that and doing another US tour, and it's going to be a headlining tour, so we get to do a full Nothing More show, because up until now we've been doing a lot of support slots, so a lot of people that are Nothing More fans come out and they only get a 30 to 40 minute set, so we'll actually get a whole tour full of, you know, sets that are longer than an hour, and we get to play really through the whole record and all that. And then probably in the summer or something, it's looking like we're going to get back in the rehearsal room, start working on the next record. Cool. So we're all excited about that.
Awesome. So as we were reading up about you guys, we know y'all have come so far with you know, the regular struggles that a band has with all the tour buses and stuff like that. What advice would you give to a newer upcoming band that's trying to get where you guys are? Like the locals, you know, the ones trying to...
There's so many different things I could say, because there's a lot of different elements to...
Or how did you guys get through it?
That's a good question, because there's a lot of different directions you can go, but the real question is what you just asked: how do you get through any of the obstacles? And I think the biggest key for us and for bands right now in this kind of environment where it's not as friendly and lush for new bands on the scene, like it maybe, you know, 20, 30 years ago, it was a totally different world where bands would get signed and have money put into the development of that band until they really matured and were, you know, a lot of people look at these huge bands throughout the years and they think that they just came on the scene like that. They didn't. They had years and years of development that the record label invested money in, allowing them to tour and live. Nowadays that doesn't happen as much, so you have to kind of develop yourself. And so the biggest key is that, number one, if you're in a band and it's not just you as a solo artist, you find the right people, because they are going to be the number one reason why you succeed or fail. And number two, find what inspires you on a level that is beyond any hardship. Like for me, when my mom passed away from cancer, there was a turning point where I guess dealing with death one-on-one, it really made me value this life a lot more. And so I made a decision in my heart and soul that I was like, I'm going to do what I want, exactly how I want, or I'm going to die trying. And there was no plan B, there was no question. And it really, looking back now, it took that kind of internal shift and that determination of no plan B that got me through, and I know the guys are a similar story with different details, that got us through all these times of doubt and not being able to pay our bills, or just like frustrations back at home, and all the trials of trying to do this as a living. So that's what I sourced from and I find a lot of energy and power in that emotional experience that I went through. So I think as an artist, not just as someone trying to make it, but literally when you're making your art, you have to find that too. Like what like just lights a fire inside of you like nothing else. So I think seeking that out first is really important.
Man, yeah, no, that's some really good advice, because I know there's a whole bunch, like our Houston scene, the guys, man, they will get so discouraged so quick, and you know, we kind of have to, you know, encourage them, because you know, it takes a lot of work and a lot of things to go through, like you just explained, to get where you are today. Yeah,
and sorry, not to cut you off, but to add one more thing to that is, like, I think it's really important to go into whatever it is you're trying to accomplish. For our discussion, it's music. But anything that is uncertain and that you're going out and trying to succeed, you have to go into it with a mindset knowing that you're going to get 100 no's for that one yes with everything you do. It isn't until you've gone through that process of getting 100 no's 100 times to get, you know, only a few yeses throughout that it starts turning into more yeses, and then you stop getting no's at some point. It turns.
And it's more encouraging.
Yeah, but you have to go in knowing that's going to happen. Because if you're not, you have no compass to like know whether or not. I think a lot of artists are really sensitive people usually, and they get really self-destructive, and they're like, I must be horrible, our music's shit, or this and that. But it's like, no, you're just in a world with a million people trying to get everybody's attention, you know? You gotta fight through all that.
Yeah, because really, at the end of the day, I don't think it really matters what the critics say. I think it kind of matters what you think as well. Of course, it's, you know, it's good to get criticism from other people, but you're the one in the band, right? So.
Yeah, and sorry, it sparks one more thought, because I was just talking about this.
No, it's fine.
I was talking about this last night with my buddy, and who's actually from the Houston area and the scene as well.
Oh, okay,
who's in a band called To Whom It May.
Oh, yeah, well, yeah, we know.
Yeah, Dex is on tour with us right now.
Okay, cool.
Oh, that's awesome.
Good guy. We love those guys. We took them on some shows, and we were talking about other bands in the scene that we were kind of sad that didn't work out, or are trying but not really giving it their all. And it's kind of sad because as I mean, our path over the last 8 years, we've mainly seen bands fail around us. We've rarely seen bands succeed, and so it's like we kind of have this camaraderie with all these bands, but it's almost like so many of them fail for a variety of different reasons. But it's I guess another piece of advice, if you are in a band, look at people around you and see what they're doing that is working or not working. But one of the things was that, like you were just saying, like, it's not important what the critics say, it's what you believe. And that is so important, because there was a band that, I won't say who it was, but one of the guys in the band just, you know, I think read, Dex said this, he's like, I think he read that rock is dead and believed it. And I was like, that's like ass backwards. The artist is supposed to be the leader, not the follower, and that's following what everyone else is saying, rather than saying, fuck that, we're gonna make this whatever if I'm feeling something, then everyone else is going to feel it at some point, because it's that important to me as an artist, you know what I mean? So that's what you have to think, that way. You can't follow everyone, otherwise you're not an artist.
And I mean, it's going to be harder for you to get somewhere following people, because then you're gonna trip over so many stones. You know. Yeah, totally. You're gonna follow the trends, and they are always up and down. You want to go the opposite of the trend. You want to go the opposite.
Yeah.
So, is there anything else that you guys want to say to your fans?
I never really know what to say right here, but other than thank you. I mean, we're really blessed, I think, to have a really good group of people everywhere we go. We even talk to the security guards or people working the shows, and they're always like, man, you guys have the best fans, like, they're so nice, like, compared to all these other shows that we work, and we like hearing that. I mean, we definitely want our music to be out there to as many people as possible, but at the end of the day, I'd much rather have good people at the show than not, and so that's really exciting to see night after night. Like, a lot of the people that we run into are just genuinely good people, so kudos to y'all.
Alright, Johnny. Well, thank you for taking the time out to interview with us. It was nice talking to you. Again, everybody, this is Destiny here with Houston Rock TV, hanging out with Johnny from Nothing More, and we'll see you guys later.
Bye.